Okay, so again we are back and our firewall is also back, but we need to take you know rest of configuration is a fine. We just need to assign IP once again. Okay, here. So let's begin. Why it is coming? Okay, so in the primary firewall, am I audible, guys? Okay, so we are back and our firewall is also back. Okay, so we need to do configuration once again on this both the firewall. Okay, so first I'm going to configure the first primary admin, admin, and admin. So, config system interface edit port number 1 set IP 192.168.101.1/24 and set allow access HTTP HTTPS and ping. Okay, next interface edit port number 2 and set IP 192.168.102.1/24 and set allow access and a ping. Okay, and telnet, that's it. Next, what is the port number? Port number 3, edit port number 3 and set IP, set allow access ping, telnet. Ping is enough here. Okay, next, not ping only, port number 3. Set IP, what is the IP? 101.1.100, right? So 101.1.1.1.100, right? Slash 24 and end, we saved it in the same way. This firewall also admin, admin, and admin. So system interface, not so center interface, config system interface, edit port number 12345 6. Okay, and this port number only I'm assigning as a DSCP. Okay, set allow access, set mode DSCP. Okay, and set allow access HTTPS, HTTP, and ping. Okay, end. So I forgot to allow making as a DSCP to this interface. So I'm again going to the this firewall and config config system interface edit port number 12345 6 and set allow access HTTPS ping and the ping. Okay, end. So system interface, if you check the interface you'll get IP for the port number 6. It will release now, just a minute. Question mark, continue. The IP will come, just a minute. So system interface IP is come 141 and 192.168.75.141.4 which interface, that our secondary. I'm removing this and another one, another firewall primary one is not received as of now. Port number 6 is a static still. Config system interface edit port number 23456 set mode DSCP. Okay, and set allow access HTTPS HTTP ping in. Why it is not giving us? Let me check. So system interface port number 12345 6 particular port number what I am allowed HTTPS is allowed. Set mode DSCP. Okay, it will work. Yeah. Okay. So now this is our secondary and the primary is so system interface. So 192.168.40 is our primary. 192.168.75.140 is our primary. So I'm just keeping as a primary this side. Admin, admin, don't save. Admin, admin, don't save. Okay. So what I need to do here, I just need to do setting feature visibility, and I need to allow the multi-interface. Okay, multi-interface policy. Same here, I also need to allow multi-interface. Am I audible, guys? Okay, and policy setting, feature visibility and multi-port, no, multi-interface port. Okay, so now we need to allow network interface. If you check everything IP I have already configured, right? 192.168.75. The port number 6 I need to do as a manual. Yeah, port number 6 I also need to do as a manual here. Okay, fine. Now I just need to do the static routing here in the primary 101.1.1.1. Okay, and the save, and the host name I'm changing. Host name I'm changing as a primary. Okay, and this host name I'm changing as a secondary. Okay, guys. So in the primary, I just did a configuration of the network in the this one static routing, and now what we have to do? Policy object firewall policy. In the firewall policy, we just need to allow what port number 123, just all to all, and port number incoming will become from port number 1, and port number 2. It will come from port number 1 and port number 2, and also it will come from the outside. It will come via the port number 3, and it will go via the outgoing port number 3 only, right? Source will be all, destination will be all. Okay, this is always, and all session unsaved. Clear? Now we need to go for the HA configuration. In the HA configuration, we have completed our active, and now active we completed, right? Correct? We completed active passive, right? Now we need to do the active. Okay, 130. I'm keeping as a 130. Here group name is a FGC. Okay, and the password I'm changing as a 14.8. Monitor interface port number 1, 2, and 3. Heartbeat interface is the port number 4 and the port number 5. Okay, priority we can keep as the same 200, 200, and here also we can keep 200. Okay, 200, 200, and okay, and don't save. Okay, here also we need to do uh, apply, and we just need to do HA only. We don't need to configure our 120, and I'm keeping here. What is there? 130 or 120? Let me check. HA is done. And what is the priority? 130. Here I will make as a 120. What is the group name? FCG, FCG, FGC. Here also FGC. Password is the same 14.8, and the interface will be port number 1, 2, 3 will be a monitor port, 4, 5 will be a heartbeat. Okay, now you just need to do 200, 200, and this 200. Okay, now save. It will take time to sync. Wait for some time. Meanwhile Meanwhile, we can check what kind of logs we're getting here in this. So what it is trying to get, 40 gets of log secondary external files and the sequence secondary admin admin source system uh, debug diagnose debug enable diagnose debug ha diagnose debug reset enable anything related to flow diagnose controller sync primary sequence number 3. We are trying to send diagnose debug secondary external files are not is sync with the primaries sequence number 3. It will sync later. Different only. We we did just a minute that I need to check once again, brother. We have a document, right? We can go with that document. Active passive. We need to do active active, correct? Here active active lab. So the primary will be, let me check active device priority master 100 active active 50 HAG port number 3 and port number 5 is a here what is the priority 100 into this one and another firewall as a device priority is a 50, so all are same. So it will look like this logically. It will look like a single one. So meanwhile, what it is trying to say in the active this one here also port and everything is the same. Okay, outside layer 3 interface IP and everything is the same. Primary firewall use default host name. Okay, and when network monitoring hmm, group name password port number 1 is for monitoring heartbeat for this one. Dashboard is status active. You'll get it DSCP config STD config for Ethernet PC2. Okay, I will share this document later. Now again we are losing this. Okay, primary secondary configuration is not in sync with the primary. Secondary configuration sequence number 2, sequence number 1, sequence number 4. Secondary start to sync with the primary. Now it is start as a syncing. Okay, log out all admin password users admin and admin. Okay, now it is syncing with the primary. Wait, 14 16 14 16 38. Again we lose this. Okay, so once we configure active passive or active active, you will lose the second one. Okay, secondary one. So the still the packet will go via this one only, the primary only. Hmm. Almost they both are going to be touch. It will take time. Okay, this is the only different actually. 130 now it is up. Okay, and the packet will still go via this one. If I reboot this. Okay, now let's see how packet is going. Okay, from R1 to enable. Yeah, I will do that, no problem. Okay, I will disable the cable. Ping 102.1.1.1. It is policy is there, right? Port 1 2. Okay, I was just selecting the policy. In the policy, I was not selected the port number 3, right? In the 2, I also need to select port number 1 and 2. I've configured that, right? The static routes via port number 3, network port number 6 is a manual only. Port number 3, port number 2. Let me try to ping other one. What are the other IPs? 192.168.101.1.1. Okay, let me try to ping. So IP route is there, right? In internet. So IP routes is there. So IP route. Let me check in this secondary. Source system interface. Here IP 192.168 automatically it is also came right here, like active passive. Here also it came. So sequence something interface secondaries external files are not in sync with the primaries. Sequence 3 critical local type cert local. Sequence number 3. Okay, something I have missed. But again, we need to do the same thing. By the way, there is no much more difference on this for this active and passive. If you want, again, I need to do the configuration because I lost it. Okay. If I disable this, you are telling now 101.1.100. At least I can ping my. Is it ping and everything allowed or not? Of 101.192.168 ping 192.168.101.1. Even it is not reachable, right? Firewall is reaching to the firewall. Let me check the firewall first. Ping is not allowed. Ping, ping, ping. Port number 2, port number 3, and port number 4, port number 5. Ping is allowed here, right? 1011 ping is allowed. 192.168.102.1. 102.1. 101 is there? No, not there, right? Port number 1, 101. 192.168. 101. Here it should be a 101, right? I was assigned 102. In the port number 2, it's fine. Port number 1. Here there is no IP in the port number 1, right? 192.168.101.1. 101.1. 101.168.101.1 slash 24. Forgot to assign the IP into interface. Now again, if you try, we can reach everywhere, right? Yeah, reachability is fine now. So what do you want? This port number 3 or port number 1 or port number 2? Can I disable this both? Said, yeah, I'm just disabling this both the cable, okay? Admin, config system interface, edit, which port number? Port number 1, okay? Port number 1 I'm disabling, and set port number 1, edit port number 1, uh, set config, so set, set, set port number, set port number, set port 1. There's no option to set now. Better, I can just removing this, okay? This one, port number 1. If I remove this port number 1, it will send to, it will become automatically what? Once I remove the cable or once the link is failure, that firewall become like, where is the setting? Because we are keeping monitoring, right? So 130 is still primary, 130, right? So if it is down, then what happening, right? So we can keep as a, now if I ping this one, okay, the packet will go via this one. Let me check. 101.1.1. Packet is going, right? Packet is going from this one, this firewall, okay? So this is the way how we are going to configure the active passive and active active. Clear? In the same way, said like this is the firewall, right? We are having. We have one more option, right? Let me first of all stop this active passive, and later I will stop once again.